Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and how are you doing? Welcome back to another episode of Practical Witchcraft. Me and the lovely Lunar Wisdom are doing this collaboration together, so don't forget to go down to the description, click on her link, go over to her channel, watch her videos where she will probably be doing an actual spell for you, whereas mine are more talking videos with props to give you some ideas, tips, tricks, and inspiration for your own spellcraft. Today we're talking solely about a spell to find what was lost. Now, this is very similar to the last one that I did, which was episode 15, a Return to Me spell, so please go check that out. But this is very similar. Usually when I think of things that are lost, I think of items, I think of money, I think of myself, I think of just anything that's like you don't have anymore and you don't know why, and you either want to find it or you want to find a reason as to why it's gone. Because, you know, sometimes in our magical journey, things just disappear. I'm not talking solely material. I'm talking like a deity might just pick up and leave. Hello, saints. I'm gonna throw shade at you. There's sometimes spirits might get lost between the astral plane and here. In fact, yourself might get lost between the astral plane and here, or maybe you misplaced your phone, or you misplaced, or somebody stole your camera, or something of that nature. Now, there's lots of folk stories, and the important thing to take away from that sentence is folk and stories, which means that some of it is exaggerated, but there's lots of folklore out there on different ways to get things back. Specifically, it seems to be around cattle and animals, because you have to realize that a lot of these folk magical recipes and so on and so forth took place before the Great Depression, like during times when, you know, farming is pretty much how you made your living. You know, rural areas. I'm sure a lot of rural practitioners still practice a lot of folk magic, but I wouldn't know. So how would I find something or have something returned to me, whether it's a lover, whether it's a spirit, whether it's a servitor, whether it's an item, whatever it is. So I will use about 4 ingredients in this concept. So 2 of them you should know by heart because I use these religiously. Eyebright and mugwort. I use both of these in order to help me open my third eye, help me be able to see things, and not necessarily see with my eyeballs, but see in the sense of your third eye, see energies, see traces of things, if that makes any sense. All magic, from my understanding, has a signature attached to it. And my cat is deciding to eat behind my camera because he carries his treats from the kitchen into the living room and sits and eats. Anyways, so when I think of trying to return something to me, what we're going to do for this example is we're going to go with the example of returning a lover, okay? So the way that I would approach this is there'd be more ingredients here if I was trying to return a lover. So what I would do is I would start with asking myself, okay, why is this lover not in my life anymore? So maybe he just thought it wasn't right and left. So the first thing I would do is some tarot reading, maybe cauldron fire, maybe candle reading, whatever kind of divination you want to do, that's the type of divination I would do. So for me personally, I would do a tarot reading and try and understand, okay, where is he coming from, what's going on. With that in mind, I would do a tarot spread and just try and figure out what's going on in the situation. Maybe something's going on in his life. Let's pretend that he lost his job and he doesn't think that he can date because dating requires money. So what I would do is I would kind of cast a spell on him. First of all, I would open the roads, okay, with road opener oil and appropriate herbs to dress the candle with. Now, these herbs that I've used in here, I'm not going to go through the ingredient list because it's private, but what I can tell you is that these are effective. These are very effective. But they're not the typical African-American hoodoo road opener ingredients. They're different ingredients, but they work for me. And it's really all about what works for you at the end of the day, okay? You don't have to follow an exact recipe to the letter of the T, okay? Thank you. Dot your I's, cross your T's. So once I've done that, I would also throw in a little bit of dragon's blood to really just push through any of those barriers. The next thing is I might use, along with eyebright and mugwort, I would use some lavender, maybe some frankincense, and I would do a honey jar spell to really open his mind and draw him back in. And then once that was done, I would start very simply by maybe messaging him and seeing how he is and just kind of playing the friend game, but also asking him to go out and do things. And I know he's probably gonna say no because he doesn't have any money or whatever, but you know, it's all about convincing and quote unquote manipulating the situation both magically and non-magically in order to attain the thing that you want. Okay, so that is how I would do a return to me spell, is I would start with a road opener with some dragon's blood, maybe an 8 of wands and a knight of swords, to really open up those roads and push through and make things hurry up and make him come back to me. And then with eyebright, mugwort, maybe some lavender, maybe some roses, hibiscus, honeysuckle, you know, I'd make a honey jar spell. And I would probably seal the honey jar spell so that, you know, he's trapped inside. I might do a binding spell inside of the jar to bind me to him and him to me. That is, of course, you could get both people's bodily fluids. From there, once that's burned down, I would then put honey in there and various other things in there, and then I would seal it, and I would seal a jar with a candle burning on top that's dressed with the appropriate oils and the appropriate herbs. Okay, so I hope that gives you some ideas into how I might return something to me. In this case, I use the example of a lover. If you're using the example of, say, an item, let's say somebody took an item from you, they borrowed your favorite sweater and you want it back. Doing something similar to this, where you're opening the roads for that person to give you the thing back. Usually when I'm returning things, I want to open the roads because there's a reason it's not coming back to me. There's a reason it's not on the path to come back to me. So I just want to open the road so that it can come back to me. That's usually why I use a road opener in these situations. Then I want to use eyebright, mugwort, and maybe a command and compel if the person in general is just not, you know, like they're refusing to give me my sweater back, they're lying about misplacing it, so on and so forth. You know for a fact it's hanging in their closet. And you really want it back. So in my command and compel, I usually use eyebright and mugwort, but I also have other ingredients like licorice root, cloves, so on and so forth. So you'd also probably want to use a command and compel that person to give you your damn sweater back. Okay. So I hope that that gives you some ideas. I hope that you found this video to be somewhat educational, and if you want to see what I'm going to assume is an actual spell, please head on down to the description, click that link, go to Lunar Wisdom's channel, watch her video, because this is a collaboration, and if you're not watching her videos when I tell you to, then you ain't a part of my channel at all. Like, you ain't even a subscriber, you just a nobody. And I love my subscribers. I love my tubies. So if you want to be a tubie, you gotta go to that description, you gotta click that link, you gotta watch the entire video of Lunar Wisdom. I don't even care if you don't like Lunar Wisdom, you have to do it. And then you come back here and, you know, you watch this video and we get some ideas, and your brain is a-flowing, okay? Your brain is a-flowing. That's what this is all about, is getting your brain moving, okay? So until next time, my fabulous little creatures.